Shalom. Well, Isupk coming out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Command General Honor.
That's right.
And today's topic is 2 black lesbians go to jail or prison in Kuwait.
Right.
Boy, ain't this something. Now, think about this for a second. Now, 2 black lesbians, for one thing, they were living in Kuwait. Right? Of course, they was in the military and all that. They were a lesbian couple. And that lesbian couple, was also, they also popped them, they had synthetic weed on them also, right? In which synthetic weed is not supposed to be a crime in Kuwait. But you know what? Let me tell you what is actually a crime. Because see, when you go into a country, you can't just look at the written law, the letter of the laws.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Just like fake Israelite groups, what they do when they go into the Bible, they only want to go on the letter of the laws, not understanding that the laws in the Bible have a spirit to them also.
Right.
It's alive. You know what I'm saying? The law is alive.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand. Now, also, too, in Kuwait, even though, because hell, they probably didn't even know nothing about K2.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But they knew of weed, because just like what Commander General Yohana brought out a couple of years ago, he said as soon as the soldiers, the U.S. soldiers, the U.S. forces pulled out of Kuwait, now the soldiers is out there selling weed.
Right.
Something to that effect. They was out there, weed was being sold in Kuwait.
Right.
After that Kuwait incident was supposed to be over. You see what I'm saying? So now weed was put on the books as being illegal. Right?
Right.
All right. K2 is a synthetic weed. So when they popped the 2 women with the weed, right? The lesbian couple with the weed,
Right.
with the synthetic weed, rather. That wasn't on the books as being a crime, but then synthetic weed. But get to understand something. Just like the laws of God has a spirit to them, the laws of the land in countries upon the face of the earth have a spirit to them also. You see what I'm saying? And the spirit that got them logged and got them thrown in jail is because they don't want to see no one push American agenda inside their goddamn country.
Right.
Especially these are 2 black lesbians.
Right.
They understand how influential black people are. Even though we on the bottom, we still influential as hell. Go ahead.
And that was a crime in itself over there, being
Right.
black.
Yeah. They already don't want you there. Not unless, you in sports and they can profit and make money off of you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And you know what? And I'll bet you those lesbians was banking on this thing right here. They was banking, those Arab men love us.
Right.
They was banking on that. That's what they was banking on. So they that with them being Americans, you know what I'm saying? Them 2 coupled together, those two factors coupled together, they figure.
You can leave it right there, Salaki. You can leave it right there, officer. It's fine right there. That's good enough.
Okay.
They thought they had some kind of immunity.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And coupled with their lifestyle, because they understand that lifestyle carries a huge measure of favor.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So they was thinking they just had it made. They could just do what they want to do, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
So like we've said before in the UPK, the gay people, that's the nation. So they was counting on that gay nation to be enough.
And in reality, there's not a goddamn nation. You can get
Right.
a bunch of punks together and say that's a nation of people. No,
Right.
a nation's not determined like that.
Right.
That's a pile of people with an agenda. That's all that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. You got a bunch of people that have the same particular lust. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Bunch of sodomites.
Right, that's what that is. That's not a nation of people. You see what I'm saying? That's a pile, a group.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All right. Now, what you do? I want you to give me the scripture. Give me Hosea chapter 4 and verse 14.
Right here, sir. Hosea 4:14. I will not your daughters when they commit whoredom.
All right, stop right there. It said, I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, right? Now, think about this for a second. I remember this sister pulled this scripture on me and called herself cutting me. Can you maybe check those cans?
Come, sir. We're rolling good, aren't we?
You good?
Okay.
All right.
We're good.
Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, this woman pulls this and saying that almost like saying that the Lord is not going to punish the whoredom of the women. But see, what she didn't understand, right? You know, when the Lord talks about punishing a people, right?
Right.
Now, there were certain punishments. The wife of a priest, no, not the wife of a priest, the daughter of a priest, if she commits whoredom, she was to be burnt with fire.
Right.
That was the judgment concerning that, right?
Right.
You know, there were certain other, judgments. You know what I'm saying? Like if the woman did this, then you had the deal where the woman, if she was with another man, if she was suspected of being with another man, and she was to drink the water that caused the curse and all of that. That's what it was talking about. It didn't say that the woman wasn't going to be, nothing was going to happen to her if she did whoredom, because women get AIDS all the time.
Right.
Black women get AIDS all the time. And how do they get it?
Being whores.
Yeah, exactly. So read that scripture again.
Okay. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom.
So obviously, now if they're dying, right? If they're dying and end up with altar blue waffle, which a lot of people might not know what that is or might, but that's a very horrible disease, herpes, all types of different diseases and all of that, right? So when they're saying that the Lord won't punish you, obviously they don't understand the scripture at all. There was direct punishments, adultery, the punishment for the adultery. What was the punishment for adultery? Go ahead and give it to me, officer.
Oh, that was punishable by death, sir.
Yes. But what particular kind of death?
Stoning.
Right. It was punishable by stoning. You see what I'm saying? So when the Lord says, go ahead.
I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom.
That means the punishment that was in the law, that will be taken off the table. Why is that? Because there will be no priests that would execute these duties.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because if a woman, just like when they brought the woman before Christ, and they was like, this woman was in adultery. You see what I'm saying? So what was the judgment on that? That's why Christ said, one that has no sin, cast the first, what?
Stone.
Stone. Little. Take a stone, throw it, hit her.
And
You
that
see
was
what I'm
in
saying?
accordance with the law.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Not talking about somebody Christians.
Right.
That was the execution law.
Right. So now when it says,
I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom.
what is it talking about? That stoning will be taken off the table for a time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The priest's daughter, who was a whore, that was to be punishable by her being burned with fire.
Right.
That will be taken off the table for a time, or because there will not be, teaching priests and things like that, you know what I'm saying, that would execute, that would carry these things forth. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's talking about. Does that mean your daughter won't get AIDS?
Wow.
Means she won't get herpes.
Wow, sir.
Does it mean that the crazy dude, that the dude that she cheated on her husband with, won't come back and blow her and her husband away?
Wow.
It doesn't mean that. And it doesn't mean, that the dude that she cheated on her husband with won't come back and, or her husband won't kill both of them. It
Right.
doesn't mean that either. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that she won't wind up with cervical cancer. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't mean that she won't wind up, in a lesbian relationship, and the lesbian knows that she's sleeping with her baby daddy and come back and blow her goddamn brains out.
Right.
It does not mean that won't happen. You see what I'm saying? It means the punishment that was spoken of in the law might not be carried forth because at that time, there's no teaching priests.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or no one that can carry out these acts with their own hands.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We the priests right now, but we don't carry out these acts with our own hands.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? Instead, we step back. What we do is we counsel you. So when you wind up with AIDS,
Right. Cooties.
yeah, EBGBs of the bungo,
Right.
you wind up with all of these evil things, blue waffle. You wind up with maggots where they gotta take a tea tree dish and pick the maggots out your ass and put them in a tea tree dish. Now you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So what you're saying is a heavy point, sir. And that's why this UPK is so important. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, you need to get in there, get that counseling while you got the chance. You get what I'm saying? Because when your Hawashah come back, understand the laws are going to be in full effect again. You know,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We will be putting people to death when the Most High comes back.
Right.
It's that simple.
Mhm.
Counseling days is over. It's time for death day.
Now here's the thing though, the laws have never went anywhere. Certain
Yeah.
ordinances, certain rituals, certain acts, and all of that. Like, the priest taking the dust from the floor
Right.
and making the bitter water so the woman could drink.
Right.
That is done away with. But the curse, they call the curse and all of that is not done away with.
Damn right.
That's the reason. Now notice it said that it will make her thigh to rot. You know what I'm saying? Her thigh to rot and her belly to swell, right?
Right.
Means there will be a funky smell between her legs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it will cause that pooch pouch that she gets.
Right. Don't act like you don't know what we talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what we're talking
Don't act
about.
like you don't know
So
what we
even
talking
though the priest is not there to go there, the temple's not there,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying, and none of that's there, the curse is still in effect.
Damn right.
That's why so many black women smell like a goddamn grave in between the legs.
Right.
And they have the pooch pouch too. You see what I'm saying? Telling you this because we love you. We
Damn
want
right.
you to change.
Damn
You see
right.
what I'm saying? We want you to get to the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge and
That's
actually
right.
really become brand new, for real.
That's damn
You
right.
see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
That's what we really want you to do. So that you can actually help some man of the Lord and put him and help to get him in the position that he's actually supposed to be
Damn
in. You
right.
see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Which that, I got a little bit ahead of myself on that because that's another topic that we're going to bring out too, is about concerning the help me. You know what I'm saying? What is the woman's goddamn responsibility as far as being the help me? But as for the time being, let me get back up on these lesbian women, right?
Right.
And any man, any woman that goes to the military, that's a whore.
Right.
I don't give a damn how you slice it. That is a hoe, you know what I'm saying? Not only is she a hoe, she's there getting trains ran on her. She's there screwing Arab men, screwing white men, because, her desires for white and heathen men is there. That's one of the reasons why she's there.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, and she's doing all that on top of sleeping with women.
Right.
On top of sleeping with women.
And most military people are married.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? She probably has a husband, and a lot of times she have a husband, he'd be in another military branch or something like that, or in another company or whatever, If she's in the army, he might be in the army. He's just somewhere else, stationed somewhere else, and she's somewhere else getting alive. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So, Lucky, if I would, sir. And a couple of years ago, about 2 years ago, there was a heavy story about that, about exactly what you're bringing up about a military woman. They was basically just passing the bitch around, so like my language. Passing her around from one branch to the other branch. She finally came out with it, tried to snitch, and you know what happened? She ended up dead. Ended up dead.
Is that the same woman they found in that tent?
I think so, sir. I can't remember exactly how she died.
They found one sister.
Yeah, it's so many of them. It's like if I would, like I know exactly which one you talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly who you talking about. And another white devil found her in the tent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She was in the tent where white dudes stayed at.
right.
You know what I'm saying? She was in the white man's tent. And then they found her, not only that, they found her with bite marks on her. They was biting her ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when here's what happened. They did all of this nasty stuff with her, bit her, did all the evil desires that they wanted to do on her. And then when they finally came to, they're like, oh, damn. And guess what? They found one single bullet in her tent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once they snapped out of their hate sex rage,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? They snapped out of that. And they're like, oh, dude, we done messed up, man.
Right.
What we gonna do?
Right.
The next thing you know, man, we gotta get rid of her, man. We gotta get rid of her.
And you know what the funny part is? Like the white man make movies about this shit too. This one movie that they had that same scenario was in a goddamn movie. And I think it was John Travolta in it or some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That same goddamn scenario, I think they found bite marks on her too. White man's a goddamn beast. You know what I'm saying?
Was it what race of woman was that?
I think it was a black woman. I think. I don't know. That might have been a white devil.
Yeah, it probably was a white devil. You know what I'm saying?
Because
that movie would be, she would probably been a little more famous. It was a black one. Would have been so, you know what I'm saying?
But it is a famous movie. I just can't remember the goddamn name of it. And I ain't even
But they would have made race. It would have been a famous racial movie, though.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the white man is a beast. Like what you were saying about the hate sex and shit. That's the white man's ammo. That's his whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
And see, here's the thing. This is the thing, and now notice with these black women that were this lesbian couple, they want to be lesbians in the military, and another thing too, what they want to do is they want to have threesomes. They want to have threesomes with heathen men. You see what I'm saying? And these were two sisters that you would view as being like attractive. You know what I'm saying? If you was just to automatically just see them, you'd be like, you know, you would think those were attractive sisters or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those sisters were pretty attractive, right? But they together as a lesbian couple, and in reality, they're not really together as a lesbian couple. They're only trying to raise their stock when it comes to heathen men desiring them. That's all they're trying to do. That's why they're together. You see what I'm saying? They only want to raise their stock. You know what I'm saying, among heathen men, so that those men desire them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because they understand and they know that black women are the least desired among heathen men. They know that. You see what I'm saying? So what were they trying to do? They were trying to raise their stock, and they saying, look, you can get 2 for 1. You see what I'm saying? You get that?
Right.
And like you can have 2 for 1. You see what I'm saying? So now you figure, oh, you can't resist a man's desire to have 2 women at the same time. You see what I'm saying? But you know what though? Inside that Kuwait prison, they're getting all they want. Believe that. Those Ishmaelites are turning their damn backs out, gang raping them every night. You know what I'm saying? Sticking things in them in all 3 holes. You know what I'm saying? Torturing them. They're doing them bad. You can count on that. You know what I'm saying? Her black ass is laid in the cell somewhere in Kuwait, butt naked, thick.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Just remember the pictures from Guantanamo Bay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just remember the pictures from Guantanamo Bay, how they had the man naked in there. Like this is the white man's. This is even the nation's demo.
So how they got them? So how they got those two black women?
Same way, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Same way. Probably strung upside down, right?
Right. So what are all those guards doing? They falling in love, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Is that what they doing? It's a romance story gonna come out like black woman, Kuwaiti guard, prison, love. Is that what's gonna happen? Is that what's happening right now? No, let me tell you what's happening right now. There's 10 guards right now, right? With both of them strung up some damn word, giving them every damn thing that they went to Kuwait for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's a lot, if I would. And if one of them end up pregnant, you know how that's gonna end up. They're gonna end up killing them. They're gonna kill them probably anyway. But that's just gonna double time.
Look, see, and the laws there are different. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing too, being the fact that they're black, and the only reason why they're coming out with this news clip, let me tell you the only reason why they're coming out with these news clips concerning why we even know anything about it is because they're lesbians. That's the only reason why, their lifestyle. That's it.
Right.
That's the only reason why. Because we know that nobody goes to rescue black people.
Right.
Black people in the military and call us POWs. You see what I'm saying? Nobody goes to rescue them. They die where they're at.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, with that, imagine what the hell's going on with those two. They thought they was just gonna go over and they were just gonna, bombard them people with American culture. Spread it by two Negro women, right?
Right.
Lesbianism and all the feminism and all of that, those people are pissed at them because let me tell you why. They don't want to destroy their way of life.
Damn
Which,
right.
hell, you can't blame them for that. You can't blame them for not wanting to be destroyed. You see what I'm saying? You spread lesbianism over there, what's going to end up happening? Divorce rates is going to skyrocket.
It's gonna look like America, sir.
Right, it's going to look like here. You see what I'm saying? And being the fact that they're black and spreading this over there, they see how destroyed black people are over here, and they say, you Negro women are trying to do what y'all do over there, over here.
So you got the audacity?
Right. You trying to do what the hell y'all do over there, over here? No. I can't knock them for that.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Hell, I can't knock them for that. Even though they evil, heathen bastards they got themselves, I can't knock them for their stance concerning this. I can't knock them for taking those black women and throwing their asses in prison. Hell, who gives a damn about black man, that loses his job and gets behind on child support being thrown in jail? Nobody gives a damn about that.
Right.
Y'all gonna go to Kuwait, and see, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing about it too, though. Now, I looked at the comment section of this video that I saw concerning this matter, right? And I looked at I saw the comments of everybody, and I looked at the black women's comments. The black women had more problems of with those women actually choosing to go to Kuwait to live that they did that those that was a lesbian couples over there with the drugs or anything like that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Their problem was, why did they go to Kuwait? Let me tell you why that was their problem. Because when black women go on vacation, where do they want to go? What type of places do they want to go?
I want to go foreign places.
Not on foreign.
Foreign heathens.
Right? Not only that, but they want to go where the white man has the influence to influence the laws there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Black women want to go to the Bahamas.
Right. Jamaica.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stella getting her groove back.
Right, exactly, because they want to go to the Bahamas because they can be a whore. Black women want to go wherever they can be a whore at. Wherever they can really be a goddamn whore, a lesbian, a whore, you know what I'm saying? A ghetto gagger, wherever she can do all of that is where she wants to go.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the reason why they will go to the Bahamas and the Caribbeans and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it's a slew of Benjamite brothers down there. It's like male prostitutes. She come from America. She got a good job. You know what I'm saying? There you go. You see what I'm saying? That's why they want to go there. Or either they want to go to Italy. What's the thoughts for going to Italy? The white man, of course, controls the laws there. Italy is Rome.
Right.
It's like the heart of ancient Rome.
Right.
Right? So what do they want to do there?
I mean, that's a gang effect going in Italy, so.
Right.
And lesbians, shit, all that is strong there, so.
Not only that, see, I don't think they go there predominantly to be no lesbian.
Right.
They there because they want a white man.
Yeah, that's Orgy City.
Right. They want some Italian white man to sweep them off their feet.
Right.
Same reason why they go to
France.
bonjour. Yeah. Same
Same
way they go. Same reason they would go to France.
Right.
Same reason they would go to any of those European countries right there. Right.
Right.
Now that's why they had such a problem that those women would decide to go to a Middle Eastern country to where they're more in order and they, you know what I'm saying, they have a goddamn standard and they draw the damn line and have solid laws and actually want to go against American stuff. You see what I'm saying?
So
Want to go against American law, go ahead.
if I would, certain countries, that's just punishable by death. They're not going for it. You know what I'm saying? Some of them heathen countries, you come in there on that lesbian stuff, on that homosexual stuff, they're gonna chop your head off then and there. Right then and there, chopping your head off. You can't even be Christian over there, you hear me? You come over there and talk about you a Christian. They put you to death.
That's because, you know why? You know why that is? That's because they know Christian is horrible.
Right.
They know that. You see what I'm saying? You're Christian, you're gonna be a lesbian.
Right.
You're gonna be a whore. You're gonna be a stripper. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be all of that. That's Christianity.
Right.
Or you're gonna be a colonizer. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't like Christianity in their countries. Christianity is goddamn, that is democracy. You see what I'm saying? Anything goes. They want to break down your moral code there.
Right.
So that they want to break that down. You see what I'm saying? And destroy it. That is Christianity. And the ones that embrace Christianity in these countries are the ones that are actually sellouts. They don't believe in Jesus. Come on, stop it. They believe in white people in America and Judaism in America.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They believe in the Zionist movement in America. That's what they believe in. And they believe they want to be, a lot of them want to be homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? They want to be rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They want to be all of that stuff. You know, they want to be in America and be all the abominable things that America can say. That's why they become Christian over in these countries. You see what I'm saying? And they think them being Christian is going to get them a green card.
Right.
Well,
I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoring.
now you understand. Black women are dying. You see what I'm saying? When they committed whoredom, when the Lord said He wouldn't punish them when they committed whoredom, let's go ahead, keep reading with that scripture though. Yeah, same scripture.
Nor your spouses when they commit adultery.
Your wives, nor your wives, when they commit adultery, when they go and cheat on you with somebody else, for what reason?
For themselves or separated.
Separated.
With whores.
With whores.
And they sacrifice with harlots.
Okay. Now, the men are also separated with whores, but that certainly doesn't mean that the Lord is not going to, you know what I'm saying, destroy the damn women. You know what I'm saying? That certainly doesn't mean that. Black women are dying like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they're dying how they live. So, you know, that sister that I was talking about, obviously, she has a misunderstanding of the scripture right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which I just broke that down, but let me go on over for time's sake. Now let's go to Amos 7 and 17.
Oh. Amos 7 and 17, sir?
Right.
Amos 7:17. Therefore thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot.
Read that slow.
Kind of come.
Take it word for word, powerful each word.
Kind of come. Amos 7:17. Therefore thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city.
A what?
A harlot in the city.
Now, let me tell you why a lot of those black women is going to these Middle Eastern countries, because now these Middle Eastern countries, they have Starbucks, IHOP, you see what I'm saying? Clubs.
Right, McDonald's.
Yeah, they have all that America has. You see what I'm saying? Hell, they're just on a place of sand. I mean, hell, it's like, so is Las Vegas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What they're going to is just like a Vegas over in Kuwait, but they don't understand something. They are around a people that don't want to be controlled by white people.
Right.
That's the thing right there. They don't want to be controlled by the Western world, which actually means the goddamn white world.
Right.
They don't want to be ran by Caucasia. You know what I'm saying? Esau, the devil. They don't want to be ran by that. Even though they're wicked as hell, their damn self, they still don't want to be ran by that. They're their own people. They're another race of people, another nation. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And you take your black ass over there. And I think you're going to do crime? Really?
Right.
You're going to be gay? And you're going to be a lesbian? Right? Go ahead.
Right. And here's the thing. It's bad enough that you're over there anyway. But then you come over there spreading somebody else's culture and philosophy. They hate you triple time for that.
Yeah.
Triple time for that. And like you come over here and you serving a white man over here in our country with your black ass, how dumb can you be? They look at you like you the stupidest thing on the face of the planet. And since you come over here doing that stupid shit, they gonna treat you just how you acting. So
Right.
They gonna treat you just how you acting. Like, don't you understand these heathen nations laugh at us when we celebrate the white man holidays, when we serve up under the white man?
Right.
Like these heathen nations, when they get together, like just a prime example, the Vietnam War. What was they telling the black soldiers in Vietnam? Why are you fighting for the same person that's killing you too?
Right.
Black man, this ain't your war. That's what they was telling them. Why are you fighting with the enemy?
And what they said made sense, even though they evil heathen dogs they got damn self.
Right.
What they stand still made sense. I think the saying go, a broke clock is right twice a day.
Damn right.
Remember the old car commercial, the old seatbelt commercial? You can learn a lot from a dummy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, you can learn a lot from a damn heathen nation. You know, if you say something goddamn wise, maybe you need to grab on to the shit. That don't mean you have to grab on to his spirit and look at him as some type of great guru of wisdom for you.
Yeah, that don't
You know
mean
what I'm
you
saying?
start converting to Jainism and Buddhism.
Right, exactly. You take a little nugget that he just said, and you expound upon that stuff, and you'll go help your goddamn people with it, and still realize that that's a goddamn dog and an enemy.
Right.
It's funny, we'll do that with each other, though. This is the funny thing about it. We'll do that with each other. We'll take some wise saying of some black man or whatever. We'll take that, and we'll still look at him as a goddamn dog. But when it comes to another race, we take a wise saying from them, and all of a sudden it's like the heavens just opened up in this place.
And you put them, they become Gandhi.
Yeah, they become this great. Yeah, they become Buddha, Gandhi, and all of that, and something you should goddamn bow down to and follow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To the help and to the uplifting of his people.
Right.
That's why we on the goddamn bottom, and every damn body else is over us.
Damn right. Damn right.
Just give me some more on that script.
And thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword.
It said a wife should be a whore in the city, and what?
And thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword.
Sons and daughters are going to be killed.
Sounds like the Black Lives Movement to me.
Yeah, damn right. See this?
Let me take that from the top, sir. I don't think they get it.
Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and daughters.
Wait a minute, hold on. Stop it right there. Please it right there.
Come.
Now, what color hair did the woman from Sex and the City have?
Right.
What was her name? I don't know what the hell her name was. The Sex and the City.
But they had the dark, stringy hair, blonde hair.
Yeah. Right?
Right.
Now, the black woman, she dyed her hair blonde. Where she like to hang at?
Right. In the city.
You see what I'm saying?
And all the little clubs.
Right.
Being a whore just like the white woman.
Right. And even if she don't like going to clubs, she still like going downtown,
Right.
going to this shopping place with the blonde hair and her goddamn head and some nasty ass clothes on.
Put on the most orange clothes she can find.
Right.
If it ain't got holes in it, she gonna cut holes in
And
it.
then she make the hair straight. Right? And
Right.
if you ask her, why you got the hair straight and blonde? Oh, just changing it up. I'm just changing it up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? She don't even want to deal with the real fact that she's trying to be just like the goddamn white woman. And she
Right.
put blue contacts in her eyes, and she's saying she just changing that up too. You know?
Right.
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Come. And thy sons and daughters shall fall by the sword.
Sons and daughters shall fall by the sword. Drop that. Give you Romans chapter 1 and verse 26.
Come. Romans 1:26.
Right. White man's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Goddamn right, sir.
And just like we was just talking about, you know, those two black women in the damn military, you know, I mean that happens all the time. You see what I'm saying? That's just one incident that they brought up with that. Black women are going to these damn places like crazy. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of instances, I'll bet you they covered up like they died in some type of battle or like they died heroically, but in reality they died in damn wars. Because think about it. Now, with America, you have some little laws, you might get caught and you got, you know what I'm saying, but you go over to a country like that, right? Now what you're dealing with is military law.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And military law, you know, is more lenient when it comes to certain things than American law is. That's why military law, people could go over and kill all the kids and women that they want.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And the only thing they gotta say is he had a weapon. Just like
Right.
the police here.
Right. Military law is different. So you got your black ass in a tent with dudes. How they think?
Right.
They like American law. That's off right here, over here. You know what I'm saying? So now we'll be under military law, and military law has always been racist.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Which American law has always been racist too. But you got a different kind of racism to where you can be more barbaric. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Here, white people shoot a black man in the street, kill him. Over there, they can take your ass, torture your ass, bite you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Torture you, do all types of heinous, evil stuff to you, and then they'll throw that up under the rug. You see what I'm saying? It's a different type of barbarism.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That they will be able to do to you. You see what I'm saying? And get away with it.
Oh, what you trying
Jeffrey
to say?
Dahmer.
Right.
Why did Jeffrey Dahmer go to prison? Let me tell you why Jeffrey Dahmer went to prison. He didn't go to prison because he was eating blacks and Hispanics, and he was killing blacks and Hispanics. He went to prison behind the brutality, and what he was actually doing was such a shock to everybody. He was eating them, and what they found was, and the shock that they put on the police officers and everybody that had to invest the heinousness of that case. That's why he went to prison.
Right.
They found rods in a jar, in a refrigerator. Feet
Right.
in a jar, in a refrigerator.
Right. So,
Nuts in a jar, in a refrigerator. Go ahead.
and that's why he went to jail. Because it was like, why are you keeping this? You letting everybody know now we gotta lock you up. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, but it's just the trauma that he put on white people, on those officers that went in there and opened that goddamn refrigerator and hurled. That's why he went to prison. You see what I'm saying? But you're in a country like that, and you know what I'm saying, they got a woman, black woman over there, and they took that same woman that we talked about, the one from about 5 or 6 years ago.
Right.
You know what they did with her? Not only did they find like bite marks on her, right? They took lye and sprinkled it in her vagina.
Right, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah, kind.
They put that in her vagina. What were they saying? What was the message that they were saying behind that? Behind doing that, brother? You know, officer. Give it to me, 500.
Shit, they don't respect her.
Not only that, in her vagina. They can put it anywhere and say they didn't respect it.
Yeah, but it was another. Like that's hard for me to explain it, sir. Like
Give it to me, 500. It's simple. It's simple.
Shit,
Real simple.
they hatred for the woman.
Lie. What is lie used for?
It's used to solve, to get rid of the evidence. You know
Not
to get rid of the evidence, but what slide does is it burns up and destroys any trace of anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what it does.
It gets rid of the smell.
Right.
Also. I didn't sprinkle lye inside her vagina because they could have. I mean, hell, they would have dumped the lye if they wanted to get rid of the evidence. They would have put it all over her body.
Right.
They only put it on her vagina. Why did they put it there?
Cover up the smell
Of what?
of her vagina.
What are they saying?
That she stunk.
Exactly. That's what they're saying. They're saying she stunk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of give me Isaiah, the third chapter. When we talk about instead of a sweet smell, there should be a stink.
So Isaiah said,
Mm-hmm. I probably pull it up on the back or. $3.24. I said $3.24.
and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell,
Instead, they get slow.
come. Isaiah 3:24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink.
Instead of the sweet smell, there should be a stink. Where does stink be at?
Between the legs, sir.
Now you know why they put the lye down in her vagina. You see what I'm saying? Lye, remember in the show The Wire,
Right.
when they was burying the dead people inside their walls,
Right.
they would sprinkle the lye on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why were they doing that?
Kill the smell.
Right. You see what I'm saying? That was they were making a statement with that. You black women are funky is what they were saying. You see what I'm saying? That's what they did. And you know it burned and she screamed, you know what I'm saying, which was also torture. And then once it all was said and done, they put a bullet in her temple and we then got rid of it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, now go ahead, go to Romans 1:26. White man's devil, what the Bible speaks of.
Yeah, right. Romans 1:26. For this cause God gave them, for this cause God gave them up unto vile afflictions.
Affection.
Vile afflictions.
God gave them up to vile affections. Go ahead.
For even their women did change.
They did what?
Did change.
Go ahead.
The natural use into that which is against nature.
What's against nature?
Two women being together, sir.
Right. You see what I'm saying? And that's what these two women is trying to spread over in Kuwait. You see what I'm saying? It's funny because the women weren't talking about how wrong they were for that life that was doing that, right? They weren't talking about how wrong they were, none of that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They were talking about the only thing that they seen wrong is why they were in Kuwait. What they really saying is, why didn't they go to France? So they could be as gay as they want to be. Why didn't they just why didn't they just go to San Francisco or Atlanta? That's what they really saying for real. You know, they don't give a damn about the moral issue in the whole damn thing. That's why this group is built on me. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
A small portion of men, black men, that are actually holding it down for the black race. The black women will float off to any goddamn thing. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay. And likewise, also the men leaving the natural use of the women.
The men leaving the natural use of the women. What is this talking about?
Homosexuality.
Right. Who are black women's best friends?
The white devils.
No.
The homosexuals.
Right.
That's right.
That's the ones that go to the club with and hang out with and laugh and eat and ha ha and walk up and down the goddamn street with them goddamn clacking high heels grave, break a fucking ankle. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So yeah, that's like you don't know too many lesbian black women that don't have a super gay ass white friend. You know what I'm saying?
No, a super gay ass black friend.
Yeah, black, white.
You know what I'm saying? They all gay black friends is what they have more than any
yeah,
goddamn
nowadays that's what it was, but in the beginning, like it wouldn't, like the black man, like I don't know what just came out of nowhere that these niggas start turning gay. Like these niggas just came out of drones and hundreds and hundreds out of nowhere. But it wasn't like that at first, sir. When we was growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't really see a lot of black fags like we do now.
Don't think.
Salaki, sir. Homosexuals. Salaki, you know what I'm saying? I went old school, you know what I'm saying? That's what we used to call them back in my day.
Right.
Salaki,
yeah, we gotta be politically correct now.
Apologies, homosexuals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you hear the black woman saying, "That's my best friend." Like, dude, you like, man, what's you hanging out with him for, man? You know,
she's thinking of, they like the gay black man. Let me tell you the reason why. They like the gay black man because he's like the court jester to them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He's effeminized as hell. You know what I'm saying? He's the court jester. You know, he makes them laugh. They said they're talking about, we can't find enough good black men because black men is gay, but then they hang out with the gay black men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he becomes her best friend. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what ends up her best friend because for one thing, he's already destroyed and she knows it. So she's comfortable around him. They say, no, she's comfortable around him because, see, he don't want nothing. That's why. That's a goddamn lie.
And in the same breath,
he's destroyed. Go ahead.
And Salaki, and in the same breath, they having sex. They having that group sex. They're rolling around in orgy balls and all of that. Like that's the most sickest thing that I've ever bear witness to. You got lesbian women, you got homosexual men. They all hang around in one big group, go out to the gay clubs, and whenever they can't find a new sex partner, they just go have sex with each other.
And the thing about it though, the black women, if he's strictly gay, she'll start to desire him and love him and want him.
Right.
If he's like super gay, you know what I'm saying? you know. But at the same time, that same black woman running around talking about it ain't no good enough black men out there. The black men is in jail, or they gay, or they this, or they that, you know.
And you know what the funny part is,
Go
sir? Like you said, she around him, she'll start to desire him.
Right.
And will never disrespect that homosexual. She will never disrespect him. But in the same breath, she'll come across a strong black man, and he'd be the one that she calls a fat. So like,
right, exactly. That's what they do. You know, and when there's a reason why they do that. Because they want to destroy all thoughts of masculinity out of black men. That's it. They want to destroy it, wipe it all out.
Right. And that's a heavy point, sir. If I would, so like one more time, sir. Whenever you see a strong black man standing in power and he stands on something, they try to make it seem like he's weak for not folding.
Right,
you know
exactly.
Oh, man,
something wrong with him.
Something wrong with him.
He's just angry and bitter and evil and mean and you know, you know, and all of that. Just because he's not old and he's not bound down to worship her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Because he won't bend on anything that he stand for.
Right. Okay, give me Judges. Let's go to Judges chapter 19. There's a scenario in here, you know, as we was talking about with the sisters, you know what I'm saying, doing what the hell they want to goddamn do and going and having to, you know, and now think about it, as I was just saying though, imagine how many of them white dudes or them Arab guys is banging the hell out of them sisters that's in prison.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They are screwing the hell out of them. I mean, in the worst way. You know what I'm saying? They're beating them. You know what I'm saying? For one thing, demons is up on them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, you got a pile of Arab prisoners in an Arab prison with 2 black women. What the hell do you think that they're doing? They in there for love, huh? It's going to be a love story. Believe that? They going to beat the shit out of them.
Judges, what's that?
Judges 19. 19:1.
Judges 19:1. And it came to pass in those days when there was no king in Israel.
With no king in Israel, what does it say? When there's no king in Israel, because we are always a people that is supposed to be under a governing body. We're supposed to be under one head. We've always been that kind of people. We can't be like the white man. How the white man has a Congress, a round table, and nobody's actually the head, and they pick a head, and he rules over them for a little specific amount of time or whatever. Then it passes to somebody else, and all of that, you know. And then they all still rule as a council. We're not that kind of people.
Right.
Yeah, we have a council. Well, we always have to have a head. You see what I'm saying? We always have to have that. That's how we function. You know what I'm saying? When we didn't have a king, we didn't have a judge, a strong judge over us, we did whatever the hell we wanted to do. Just so read that part again.
And it came to pass in those days when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of the mountain.
Now, there was a Levite brother that was sojourning. Now, notice, when it says we were without a king, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, we was without a top judge and everything also, because this is the time of judgment.
Right.
We wasn't having kings yet. See what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so go ahead. And that because the king of judges was like a king. And during the time when Gideon ruled, Gideon was a king. You know what I'm saying? The other people in the world would actually call him they would call him a king. He judged Israel at the time. He was the one that everybody went to. You know what I'm saying? We just called our king judges. Go ahead.
Ephraim, who took him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah.
No, take your time with that. Sound it out.
Ephraim, who took him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah.
Right. Go ahead.
And his concubine played the whore against him.
Played the whore against him. Now, what did she do? What did it say that she did to play the whore against him? Keep going.
And went away from him unto her father's house.
And went away from him unto her father's house, right? Go ahead.
To
Because one thing, she knew that her father, his morals was damn lax, so she can go there and be the biggest goddamn slut. She wanted to be in her father's house. Go ahead.
Right. To Bethlehem, Judah, and was there four whole months.
Now, she spent 4 whole months away from her husband. Let me tell you something. Let me enlighten you brothers out there. You got a goddamn woman. She stays away from you for a period of time, doesn't contact you. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't call you, doesn't anything. She's just gone. That ain't your goddamn real no more.
Right.
It's not your wife anymore. She's somebody else's wife. And it says she went to play the harlot. Go here.
And her husband arose.
Go with the harlot. She played the harlot.
And his concubine played the whore against him, and went away from him unto her father's house.
Went away from him unto her father's house. He decided, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do me. You say that ain't your goddamn wife no more. Go ahead.
Right. To Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months.
There 4 whole months. Gone 4 months.
Right.
Go ahead.
And her husband arose and went after her, and to speak unto her.
Now, notice her husband was also a Levite, this was a man that was supposed to really know the laws, right? But in the time when we had no king, right? Because the Levites and the priests and the kings and everything all go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They all go hand in hand. We had no king, so everything else up under us, no judge that was over the top of us, so everything else started to get kind of shaky. Where?
To bring her again, having his servant with him, and a couple of asses. And she brought him unto her father's house. And when her father of the damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him.
Wait a minute. Read that part again. Read that paragraph again. Slow.
And to bring her again, having his servant with him.
Okay. He went to go get his wife. Go ahead. His concubine, which is also his wife. Go ahead.
And a couple of asses. And she brought him unto her father's house. And when her father damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him.
All right. He rejoiced. One of the reasons why he rejoiced is because the man was a Levite. He was a man that's supposed to know and uphold the law. Go ahead.
Right. And his father-in-law, the damsel's father, retained him, and he abode with him 3 days. So they did eat and drink, and lodged there.
Okay.
And it came to pass on the 4th day, when they arose early in the morning, that he rose up to depart. And the damsel's father said unto his son-in-law.
Okay, what verse you at?
5.
All right. Now, what I want you to do now, we see the scenario here, right?
Right.
She went and played the whore on this man for 4 months, right?
Right.
Now, any woman that hops up and goes into the military and goes over to Kuwait or whatever, that's the woman that's going to play the whore. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Confront their heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward.
Okay, wait a minute, sloppy. Let me get Judges 19 and 16.
Okay. Judges 19 and 16. And behold, there came an old man from his work of the field at even.
Right? At evening, even means evening, right? Because it's the time you end your work. Your work day is done. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Which was also of Mount Ephraim, and he sojourned into Gibeah.
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 Yeah, Gibeah.
Gibeah. But the men of the place were Benjamites.
Okay. Gibeah, the men of the place were Benjamites means, what I'm saying, they weren't no Canaanites or anything like that. They were Benjamin, the sons of Benjamin. Go ahead.
And when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a warfaring man in the street of the city. And the old man said, Whence goest thou? And whence comest thou? And he said unto him, We are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, toward the side of the Mount Ephraim. From this I am.
Go ahead.
And I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of the Lord, and there is no man that receiveth me to the
Now, that was a law. If people was coming up to go into the house of the Lord, we are supposed to lodge them, but at the time, we had no king, right?
Right.
So everybody started to do what was right in his own eyes, and we just all fell apart. We are supposed to have one head. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Commander General Yahana is supposed to be the head of the nation of Israel.
That's
That's
right.
what people don't understand. That's what people don't get. I don't mean to get off topic, but it's some heavy stuff that's been brought out here. Go ahead, keep going.
Yet there is both straw and provender. Provender for our asses, and there is bread and wine also for me and thy handmaid, and for the young man which is with thy servants.
Okay, where you at?
Verse 13. And for the young man which is with thy servants, there is no want of anything. Verse 20. And the old man said, Peace be with thee, whosoever let all they wants lie upon me, only lodge not in the street.
Now, see, this man was operating lawful. Go ahead.
21. So he brought him into his house and gave him provender unto the asses, and they washed their feet and did eat and drink.
All right, go ahead.
Now as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the man of the city, certain son.
Look at this. Now watch what the men of the city did. Now watch this, right? Go ahead.
The man of the city, certain sons of Bela, beset the house around and about, and beat at the door.
Just like what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah in the time of Lot, right? So they beat at the door and all that, and just, let us in, you know what I'm saying? The same thing is going on right here, right? Except it's Benjamin doing this time. You know what I'm saying? The Benjamites doing it now. It's not, Sodomites. Go ahead.
And spake unto the master of the house, the old man, saying, Bring forth the man that came into their house.
What did they want? They wanted the men, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
That we may know him.
Go ahead.
And the man, the master of the house, went out unto them and said unto them, Nay, my brother, nay, I pray you do not so wickedly, seeing that this man has come into my house. Do not this folly, Behold,
Tell them, don't do this foolish thing right here, trying to sleep with the men. Go ahead.
behold, here is my daughter.
Now, said, behold, here is my daughter, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
A maiden and his concubine. Them I will bring.
Now, notice, it said, my daughter, a maiden, right?
Right.
Now, it's two women. And black women hate the scripture right here. They can't stand this chapter right here.
Right.
They hate this with a passion. And they're part again.
Come. Behold, here is my daughter and maiden and his concubine. Them I will bring out now.
Okay.
And
He's great. Wait a minute. Hold on. He's going to bring out the maiden, right?
Right.
Now, the maiden has not been screwed for.
Right.
Concubine, on the other hand, that's a different story.
Right.
Watch the judgment of the Lord, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
And humble ye them.
It said, humble ye them. What does that mean?
And he have sex with them.
Right. Go ahead.
And do with them what seemeth good unto you.
Say it loud. Say it
Number
loud.
time. And do with them what seemeth good unto you.
We're saying, do to them whatever you want to do, right? Was this man wrong for this?
Huh.
He was?
No, the concubine is the part I'm confused about all that.
Oh, we'll see. What do you mean? Go ahead.
Because that's that man's wife.
Yeah. Are you confused about that? Well, I can understand why you're confused about that. That's why we're going to include all this stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, he said, bring the two out. Now, one is his daughter. Concubine is his daughter.
Right.
He has the two daughters.
Yeah,
Right.
one's a maiden,
Right.
one's a concubine.
Yeah, one has never been screwed before. One has, been there for all of this, didn't have a husband or any of that.
Right.
But the other one, on the other hand, was a damn hoe.
Right. And this, and you can, well, to me, it's like this ain't nothing new to him. He done done this before. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that. No, I don't think he's done it. He hasn't done this before. Was he wrong with it? Was the father wrong? The man that's offered up the two, was he wrong? Right? Can you touch on why he was not wrong?
Because they wanted to rape the man.
Well, that too, but the fact that you are responsible for the safety, just as General Muhammad brought up, you are responsible for the safety of anyone that comes into your house, even if it's to the detriment of your own family. That's why he wasn't wrong. He was right. You know what I'm saying? You're responsible. Once you take a guest in, you're responsible. Somebody come to harm them, you gotta hop up and be ready to get down. You know what I'm saying? You, your family, and every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why he wasn't wrong. That's why Lot wasn't wrong when he, you know what I'm saying, offered up his daughters and everything too. And Lot was called a righteous man. He'd have been called a wicked man if what he did was wrong. If he was in the practice of doing that type of wrong thing, wouldn't he? He was called a righteous man. And when you go into the New Testament, it said the conversation of the people vexed his righteous. Some did say that. You know what I'm saying? So, read that part again.
Behold, here is my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them I will bring out now, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man do not so vile a thing.
Right.
But the man would not hearken to him. So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them, and they.
Why did he choose a concubine? He took the concubine and brought her. He didn't bring the maid.
Right.
The maid wasn't in the practice of sleeping around with different goddamn men. That's why he didn't bring her. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
She wasn't over-freaked. She wasn't running around eating box, blowing rod, all of that. She wasn't running around doing all that. That's one of the reasons why the daughter, the concubine, wanted to go into the house of her father, because she knew that the Benjamite men were down there getting live and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Getting, doing all types of wicked damn things. Is the same reason why sisters want to go to vacation in Jamaica and Bahamas and all that right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But she wanted to go down there for the specific point of getting live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now she was the one that was brought forth and not the maid. The maid had never known a man before. She was wife material, while this whore was not.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the man took his concubine. So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them, and they knew her.
And they did what?
And they knew her.
What does it mean that they knew her?
They had sex with her.
That's right. They had sex with her. Not he,
Right.
but they. Right?
Kind of a kind.
What does it say? They ran what?
A train. Sir.
Right. They ran a train on her. You know what I'm saying? Hell, she ran down there to get screwed any goddamn way, right?
Right.
Now she getting more. Now you start to see now what's going on with those black women inside that damn prison in Kuwait.
Right.
They joined the military and got it just so they could, and became lesbians and all that to be next to heathen men. So those heathen men would desire them. Now they're getting all the goddamn desire they want. So in some Kuwaiti prison, getting that goddamn train ran on them. Give me some more.
Okay. They knew her and abused her.
And did what?
And abused her.
And what?
And abused her all the night until morning.
Damn.
And when the day began to spring, they let her go.
They let her go when the day came up. They abused her all that night. Right?
Right.
Now watch what happened to her.
Then came the woman in the dawning of the day.
In the dawning of the
That's
day.
right. In the dawning of the day, and fell down at the door of the man's house where her Lord was.
Wow. Look at this. She fell down. Right? Go ahead.
Right. It was light. And her Lord arose up in the morning and opened the doors of the house and went out to go his way.
Yeah, he opened the door. Right? Go ahead.
And behold, the woman, his concubine, was fallen down at the door of the house. Of her hands were upon the threshold.
Right. Damn, so look at this. They abused her all night. Her hands was up on the threshold. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
And he said unto her, Up, and let us be going. But none answered.
Now think about this. Now, with the people doing what they want to do, that means there was an alteration in understanding of the law. Because once a woman being with another goddamn man, that's not no longer your wife anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now he's sitting there calling the woman, come on up, go. He's ready to take his concubine back home. But, go ahead. It said that none answered.
So good. And he said unto her, Up, and let us be going. But none answered. Then the man took her up upon his ass, and the man rose up and gat him unto his place. And when he came, and when he was come unto his house, he took a knife and
Wait a
laid
minute. Now check this out. Now this is odd right here, right? Watch what he did. Go ahead.
hold on his concubine and divided her together.
What did he do?
So like he sliced her up.
Yeah.
He killed her.
No, he didn't kill her. She was already dead.
And divided her up.
That's why she didn't answer. When he said none answered, she wasn't.
She was dead.
Yeah, she was gone already.
And divided her together with her bones.
And what did he do?
Cut her up.
Let's say that again. Read it loud and powerful.
And divided her together with her bones.
Chopped her up. You know what I'm saying? He chopped her up, right? I know this seems wild. You don't see people trying to break this down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Into 12 pieces.
He chopped her up into 12 pieces, took his concubine, this righteous man that come, you know what I'm saying, had this concubine and chopped her up, this Levite man, chopped her up into 12 pieces, right? Took his concubine, his rib, one of his ribs, chopped her up into 12 pieces. This sounds like some serial killer stuff, don't it?
Right.
This sounds like some insane stuff right here, right? Don't this sound crazy?
Okay.
Now he chopped her up in pieces, 12 pieces, right? And then go ahead and what he did with it.
And sent her unto the coast of Israel.
And sent her unto all the coasts of Israel. How many tribes of Israel is it?
12.
How many lands?
12.
Right. You see what I'm saying? And he moved her to all the coasts of Israel. What significance did that have? Now this is a hard one right here. It's a difficult one. What does this mean?
He spread her out where she wanted to go, I guess.
We're gonna go over this. We're gonna learn something today. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. And it was so that all that saw it and said, there was no such deed done, nor seen from the day that the children of Israel came up out of the land of Egypt unto the days. Consider.
Man, so they saying, man, this is something like this ain't never been done. There was a serious problem going on here. You see what I'm saying? There was a serious problem going on here with women being whores.
Right.
And what he did was a shock to them. But the people that understand this, it's not so much of a shock. You see what I'm saying? To people with understanding. Now, what I want you to do, we're going to get the understanding of this. Why did he do that? Why did he cut her into 12 pieces and send her around the goddamn coast, right? That was a warning. Warning/threat. Let me show you how. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 11 and verse 1.
1 Samuel.
Yes. We're going to run about 15 minutes. Start a little late.
1 Samuel 7 and 1, sir?
Right. No, 11 and 1. White man's devil is about to speak up.
That's right.
Black women, black people, period, you ain't got no goddamn reason to be in the military, and you ain't got no reason loving and embracing America and all that. You ain't got no damn reason doing that. You see what I'm saying? Our problem is that we the only nation that don't even want to see ourselves on the top. That's a serious problem. Instead, we would rather just help somebody else be on top. And then at the same time, we can't figure out why other heathens hate us for our support in helping the white man to be on top. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
1 Samuel 11 and 1. the Nahash, the Amorite,
Time.
the Nahash, the Ammonite came up and encamped against
Jabesh Gilead.
Jabesh Gilead, and all the men Jabesh said unto Nahash, make
Don't miss words.
And Jabesh said unto Nahash, make a covenant with us, and we will serve thee.
All right. So make a covenant with us and we will serve thee, right? Go ahead.
And Nahash, the Amorite, answered them, on this condition will I make a covenant with you, that I may trust, that I may thrust out all your right eyes and lay it for a reproach upon all Israel.
And what he's saying is, okay, I'll make a covenant with y'all. Y'all pluck out y'all's right eyes. Y'all pluck out y'all's right eyes. I might go ahead and make a covenant with y'all. Go ahead.
And the elders of Jabesh
Gilead.
did you say Jabesh?
Oh, is it Jabesh? Okay, Jabesh.
And all the elders of Jabesh said unto him, give us 7 days respite, that we may send messengers unto all the coast of Israel, and then if they be no man to serve.
Now, send messengers all throughout the coast of Israel, right?
Right.
What did dude do with the concubine? He chopped her into 12 pieces and sent her out to the coast of Israel. What was that doing? That was sending a message.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
That we may send messengers unto all the coast of Israel, and then if there is no man to save us, we will come out of thee. Come out to thee. Then came the messengers to Gibeah of Saul, Gibeah of Saul, and told the Tyrants.
Let me go.
Patterns.
Where you?
Yep.
And we had caused the tribe of Benjamin to come near by their families. The family of Mitri was taken, and Saul the son of Kish was taken. Hold on. Where exactly are we at?
I was at the
Okay. 1 Samuel 11:4. Then came the messengers to Gibeah of Saul, and told the tidings in the ears of the people, and all the people lifted their voices and wept. And behold, Saul came after the herd out of the field, and Saul said, what aileth the people that they weep? And they told him the tidings of the men of Jabesh. And the Spirit of God came upon Saul when he heard those tidings, and his anger was kindled greatly. And the Spirit of God came upon Saul when he heard the tidings, and then, his spirit was kindled greatly. And he got angry, he got pissed, right?
right.
And he took a yoke of oxen is about like 12 oxen that are all yoked together to plow the field, right? Now watch what he did. And he took a yoke of oxen and hewed them in pieces, right? He took them and chopped them up, right? Now what did this represent? and sent them throughout the coast of Israel by the hands of messengers, saying, Whosoever cometh not forth after Saul and after Samuel, so shall it be done unto his oxen. And the fear of the Lord fell on the people, and they came out with one consent. Now, that's what that represented when he chopped up the 12 oxen and moved them all throughout the coast. That represented y'all's oxen is going to be destroyed.
Right.
If y'all don't come on out, you know what I'm saying? So when the man took his concubine, chopped her into 12 pieces and moved her all throughout the coast of Israel, what was it starting to say? The women was getting ready to be destroyed. That was the message. That's why he did that. You see what I'm saying? Because who is the leading, who are the front runners of whoredoms? It means the women. Now, you get ready to understand a little something a little more. What verse is that? Okay. Okay, for 7. We're done with that. Now, Judges 21 and 14. White man's the devil. Now we understand that. Now we understand, what did that actually mean when he took the 12 yoke of oxen and then, destroyed them and put them throughout the coast, right? What did dude do? He took this concubine, which is a woman, and broke her down and moved her throughout the coast, right? Now we're ready to see this start to go on, and we're ready to see what start to happen in Benjamin, right? Because did the Lord do this all throughout the tribes? No. The Lord did this upon the tribe. It was actually transgression worse in this thing right here. You see what I'm saying?
Judges 21 and what, sir?
Judges 21 and 14.
Judges 21 and 14. And Benjamin came again at the time, and they gave them wives which they had saved alive of the woman of Jabez Gilead, and went, so they suffered them not.
Right. Now, what the dude did was actually a warning, and what ended up happening? Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. And the people repented them for Benjamin.
Because what happened was there was a war on between the 11 tribes and the tribe of Benjamin, because they had a bunch of sodomites all throughout Benjamin. And what did the Lord end up doing? You know what I'm saying? The Lord saved a portion of men. But what ended up happening with the women? Because women are the chief promoters in this stuff. Just like the chief promoters in interracial marriages and all of that, you know what I'm saying? They're also the chief promoters in damn homosexuality. Well, here's the thing. If you want to see, like, say, for instance, you got a single mother and she got a son that's 14, 15, right? This little dude is somewhat like how she wants to make the man be that's in her life. He's fruity as hell. Soft. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how she want her man to be. And her man was too strong for that. That's why he's gone. You can see what a woman wants in a man by looking at her goddamn teenage son.
Right.
That's what she wants out of a man. That's why a lot of them take pictures with their son like that's their goddamn man. But then they say, oh no, see, the sisters really want strong men. That's a goddamn lie. You got what you turn your son into what you goddamn want. Go ahead.
Okay. And the people repented them for Benjamin, because that.
Take this out of the really loud, powerful.
The people repented them for Benjamin, because that the Lord had made a breach in the tribes of Israel. Verse 16, and the elders of the congregation said, how shall we do for wives for them, that remain, seeing the women are destroyed out of Benjamin.
The what?
The women are destroyed out of Benjamin.
The what?
The women are destroyed out of Benjamin.
The women are destroyed out of Benjamin. Now you get to see what the hell went on with the concubine. You know what I'm saying? Why she was broke down into 12 pieces and spread all throughout the goddamn coast. It was a warning sign, and that ended up happening. You see what I'm saying? Just like King Saul took the 12 yoke of oxen, chopped them up, moved them all throughout the coast of Israel, and said any man that didn't come up with the same damn thing was going to happen to his oxen. You see what I'm saying? That was definitely the Lord right there, and that's why the tribe of Benjamin had to be rebuilt through Benjamite men and Judite women. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no more women of Benjamin left. You see what I'm saying? All right. Now how does this go along with, now just think about it now, with our nation going under this type of stuff, and then what's going on here in America, who the hell, what foreign country is going to want that same spirit with them?
Right.
They don't want that. They don't want their women destroyed. You see what I'm saying? They don't want that. You know what I'm saying? They want their people to flourish. It's funny because, now check this out. I was looking at another clip of this brother that was in Kuwait.
Right.
And he was talking about, life in Kuwait, and, people were asking him, did he miss a beat while he was over there? And the brother's like, no, he's like, I ain't miss a beat. He's like, they had everything over here is what they have, over in America, You can start naming different places, to go and stuff like that. But he said, I did notice one thing different, though. He's like, as far as the hollering at the women, things are different. He said, now I had one buddy, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I had one buddy. Now we went to a place, to a restaurant. It was in like a McDonald's or somewhere, right? And he said that it was this bad. He said this bad Arab woman there. You know what I'm saying? Of course he's in the world and everything. He said this bad Arab woman, and he said his buddy went to go holler at her, and said her little brother steps in front of her and said, what you want with her? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He steps in front of her. She didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff that protects a goddamn society. You see what I'm saying? He didn't let this foreign American Negro holler at his woman, his sister. You see what I'm saying? He rose up as a protector. What do they say? Black men can't protect black women. You got to be in order to be protected.
Right.
Even though that was her little brother. You know what I'm saying? When she was probably like a mother under him, he stepped up in front and was like, what the hell, you back up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So, Lucky, that's a heavy point. And in Black society, one thing that we know is that Black women, you know what I'm saying, when they got a little brother, they don't allow their little brother to do that. Boy, mind your own goddamn business. Mama, come get him. And what the mother say? Boy, get your sister goddamn business. Leave her alone.
Right. So you can't protect. Black men, if your woman don't obligate, if she don't sit there, if she don't listen to what you say, hell, you ain't obligated to protect her, to be honest with you. Just like if you don't do what the Lord says, he's not obligated to protect you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same goddamn principle. If the person that you're supposed to be protecting don't do what you say, you can't protect them.
Right.
But you see, let me tell you what they want. What they want is to be hard-headed and all that, and then they run their mouth, get into it with some damn body, and they say, go get him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They want one of y'all to kill each other. You see what I'm saying? That's what they actually damn want. Look, a woman's running her goddamn mouth, don't do what the hell I say. She get into it with a goddamn guy, that's her.
Right.
I'll probably stop her from killing her ass. But other than that, it's nothing I can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I would. And that's another heavy point. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we was in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was in the world, I'd get a phone call, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this happened, that happened, woo, because they expected me just to fly off the handle. And when I was younger, I would just fly off the handle. But as you get older, you start to learn, and the spirit will start to come on me, even when I was in the world. So when I get that phone call, I will start asking questions. Like, what the hell was you doing there in the first place? Ain't that the same place I told you not to go to? You get what I'm saying? Like, and then when you get to asking the questions about why are you in a situation that's dangerous in the first place, instead of them answering the questions, you know what they do? Get frustrated with you.
Right.
They get mad at you. All of a
Get
sudden,
all emotional.
all of a sudden you a coward because you just won't go and kill a motherfucker. It's like
Right.
language.
Black man can't protect
Right.
us.
But like you said, if you just listen to me in the first place, you're hanging out with the same people that I told you not to hang out with in the first place, because this ain't the first time this has happened. You're hanging out with the same people who smiling in your face, stabbing you in your back, and then when you get stabbed in the back, you keep calling me like I'm, you know what I'm saying, Superman, Captain Save-A-Ho. You know what I'm saying? No,
Right.
that ain't how it operates. You can only be protected if you're doing the things that I tell you to do to stay protected.
Right, that's
You know what I'm
it.
saying? Like prime example. You know what I'm saying? You done heard the stories about these women going to a party and being raped, and then you be like, well, what did you have on at the party? And she had on a skirt that was up to here. And yeah, I'm talking about up to here. The shortest skirt that she could have on. All right, so you trying to tell me that you went to a, first of all, you ain't even 18 yet, and you're out to 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning, wearing the most horrid shit you can find, and then wondering why you just got assaulted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you want me to go kill somebody because you was out in a bad environment, doing the things you wasn't supposed to be doing, being a whore, teasing, and then got mad because somebody flipped out on you.
And then the person, you know what? And also, you know, good thing you brought that point out because see, and also the person that's trying to get you to do something to somebody doesn't give a damn about you.
Right.
They know that you do something, you might wind up in prison. They know that.
Right.
They know you might wind up dead. They know that too. But instead, what do they say?
Go
Go
get
down
him.
there, protect
Go
us.
get him. Right.
Go get him. So that you can die. Or you can kill. And you can wind up in the grave or in the goddamn prison. They don't give a damn about you. You see what I'm saying? They will have you thrown in prison or dead, and you know what they'll do? They'll repeat the process with somebody else.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They'll do that. They'll repeat the process with somebody else.
Right.
You know, while you're dead, the worms eating you, or you're in prison eating Jack Mac, looking stupid as hell, thinking about how you should have made a better goddamn decision. And how they're not coming in there putting money on your books,
right.
won't even give you a goddamn visit.
Won't accept your goddamn phone call.
Right, exactly. And that would be the one to turn your ass in.
And so, if I would, sir, and what you're saying is a heavy point. And if they love you so goddamn much, they would listen to you in the first goddamn place.
Right.
That's if they really love you. They wouldn't be putting you in that kind of position in the first place. They would respect everything you say so you can protect them the right way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's number one. You know what I'm saying? That's number one.
Right. Protection comes, the first line of protection is instruction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you're in the military and you don't do what the hell they tell you to do, watch out for that landmine. All over that, such and such. Do this before so you can spot a landmine. You know, I ain't gonna do that. Now you're gonna get blown the hell up.
Yeah, make sure you check in at such and such time.
Right.
Every 30 minutes on the minute.
Right. Now you don't do it, and you get blown the hell up. You know what I'm saying? And they're supposed to run out to help you and save you and all of that, right?
Right. And you know what the funny part is? You know what I'm saying? Like with these two lesbians being locked up over there, like, let it have been another nation though. Let it have been another nation. They'd be over there ready to go to war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'd be over there ready to go to war right now.
Yeah. Yeah. But since it's black, well, the only reason why, like I said before, the only reason why they're bringing that out is because they were gay.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Not because they were black.
Right. Not because they were black, not because they were women, not because they were in the military, not because they were Americans, but because they were gay.
Right.
That's it. That's the only reason. If they weren't gay, we wouldn't be doing this class. Because we wouldn't know that goddamn thing about it. You know what I'm saying? It'd just be one of those things, you know what I'm saying, that would have fell off into the great abyss of incidents, you know what I'm saying? And that would have been that.
And like we brought out earlier, under them heathen nations, that's 2 crimes you committed over there in that country. Number 1 is you're gay. Number 2 is you're black. Not necessarily in that order. Number 1 is you're black. Number 2 is you had the audacity to be gay over here.
Right. Number 3, their ass was over there pushing a drug that is destroying your people over here.
Right. They don't know nothing about it.
And the way they see it,
Go ahead, so.
the way they see it, a little small bag or whatever, a little dime bag of that is worse than a heathen having a ton of that and moving it into that place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All it would take is for these same black lesbians to go with that Arab man that they want to run up, that they want to have a threesome with, give him some of that K2, and he give it to a few of his Arab friends, and right after that, 2 years later, you're gonna have a K2 epidemic in Kuwait. That's what they were looking out for.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They want to stop that in its goddamn tracks and lock. You know, that's why they lock their black asses up.
Damn right.
That's why they locked them up. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Where's the answer? Judges.
16. I think we hit on that. We done on that.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Give me Psalms 53 and 4. Going to do the Lord's Prayer. Reading out the Lord's Prayer. Psalms 53 and 4.
Psalms 53 and 4. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge?
Says, have the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Where? Yeah.
Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge, who eat up my people as they eat bread?
Oh, wait a minute. Who eat up my people as they eat bread. Understand something. You go to these places, you think that you're going to be out of a level of oppression. All the nations want to eat us up. All of them.
Right.
You think that you're going to get it, you know, you're going to be able to take, you're going to come out of America, right, with all the stench of America and go into another place, right, and expect for them to treat you better. What do black women be saying? The military black women, let me tell you what they say. Oh, I was over stationed over in Germany. They love us.
They love black women.
Yeah, they love us.
Any woman that travels say that. Any black woman who travels say that same bullshit.
They say that regardless of where they go on the planet. With the Bosnia, they love us over in Bosnia. No, they don't love you, dumbass.
Right.
You're there to be eaten. You know what I'm saying? You're there to be devoured. That's what you're there for.
Right.
That's why they bit that black woman in that goddamn tent.
Right.
They literally ate her. You know what I'm saying? They literally bit her. I can't remember that woman's name. This happened about 5 or 6 years ago. She was like stationed out of Washington or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember what branch she was in, but they found her in them devil's tent, and they chewed on her black behind. You know what I'm saying? And poured the lye down in her vagina and all that. You know what I'm saying? They did all that stuff to her. You know. And next thing you know, they didn't put a bullet right in her damn temple after torturing her. And, of course, they found all type of semen, you know what I'm saying? But But none of the dudes were ever convicted for that. Well, they found the semen of all of it.
Oh, that's military law.
Right,
Military law says she was black.
right. And military, you know, they known for sweeping. They known for sweeping all types of, you know, sex crimes and things like that under the rug, harassment, all of that up under the rug. Imagine you a black woman,
Especially when it comes to black.
right? Oh gosh, you don't stand a goddamn chance.
All right.
And if you do, you might be one in a million to make a high-profile case from goddamn where, only to find out that the dudes are not going to go to prison.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then people will feel sorry for them, and then they'll have a GoFundMe, and they'll fund those men because they were up under such stress because they raped you or were actually charged.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They rape, beat you, and then they just have to be charged for the thing. The emotional stress, huh?
Right. Right. That's what it be, sir.
You know,
Exactly what it be.
and they'll donate to that GoFundMe fund, and they'll put them like they were the goddamn victims, and your black ass was some type of seductress to seduce them into doing that act. You know what I'm saying? That wanted to play the victim. Go ahead.
Lucky. I mean, that's like typical white devil right there. Like whenever it's a black person and a white person involved, and the white person does a crime to the black person, somehow the white person still ends up being the victim.
Right.
Some way, somehow, this white person is the goddamn victim. Prime example, the church shooter. He went in there and killed all them black people, and he was the goddamn victim. It was,
Right.
it was like that's what they say with all the school shooters, especially. It was their upbringing. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Society was just so hard on this devil. Like this white man, you have no idea what this white man is. To be white and to be oppressed. Like it was bound to snap. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine when you're in a place that operates as a sovereign nation. The military operates as a sovereign nation. You get what I'm saying? They will take you out of regular people jail, regular people prison, and take you to military prison.
Right.
And you won't hear nothing else about the trial. It's very rare that a trial goes public. Like you will know about the trial, but you know how you can go into any court case and sit in on it? You can't do that with the military. You just can't go into the courtroom and sit in on the courtroom. You can't just go get public records of the court case. You get what I'm saying? They let you know what they want you to know. And that's how they operate like the Vatican does. Independent sovereign nation. And you know how much raping goes on in the Vatican alone? But you don't hear about it because they operate as a sovereign nation. We're going to just take care of this ourselves. You know what I'm saying? That's the way the military is, man. Point blank period. The white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And we say all this to say this. Black people, if you want to join the military, Commander General Yohana will be happy to accept you. You know what I'm saying? Join this military. Join the military for your people. You know what I'm saying? Black man, black woman, trust me. There's a spot for you in this military too. It's called the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do.
Yeah, it's called, you know what I'm saying, some man's help me.
Right. You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Warfare is not for the women, as you can see. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can still help this nation, but you're going to help this nation as a righteous woman. You know what I'm saying? As a righteous woman. And you help this nation by helping that black man. You don't have to go pick up a gun. I'm not saying you don't know how to defend yourself. Damn right you know how to defend yourself. But I'm saying it's not your place to be on the front line. It's your place to support these warriors that are.
And it's funny because they'll try and go on the front line, but they won't go on the front line against an enemy force. They'd rather go on the front line against their own men.
Right, that's what I was just about to say. They go on the front line to fight against us, but they won't go on the front line to fight with us though. You ain't never seen that. You know what I'm saying?
They don't have it in them to do that. You know what I'm saying?
They go on the front line to fight for the white man, fight with the white man, every other heathen nation.
Against us. So.
Yeah, against us.
You know, so they're not over there blowing up Arabs and shit. They're not doing that.
No, only when the black man's coming into power, sir.
That's who they're going against.
You see how many black women fight against the Isupk? Like, man, you know how many times I've seen Commander General Yohana blaze on a black woman? He had to, though. It'd be in love. Like, I remember I was just watching the not to get too far off the subject, sir. I was watching an old video where a black woman was walking with her daughter, and she tells Commander Junior Hunter, "Can you not say that in front of my daughter?"
Right.
And Commander Junior Hunter was like, "Well, can you take your butt down the street so your daughter don't hear what I got to say?" You know what I'm saying? And then he's like, "And also don't be smoking in front of your daughter. That's a sin." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then next thing you know, she done pushed her little daughter back and came right up there and was like,
Start cussing.
"Fuck you."
General
That's what she
You're
said.
right.
"Fuck you."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
oh, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck me
In front of your
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah.
And like you
that.
said, it ain't the fact that I'm saying anything, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, you letting that little Wayne talk about your daughter, trying to turn her into whores and all of that. You don't have a problem with that. But you do have a problem with a righteous black man standing in authority. They want to fight against that all day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when we come back into power, you know what that means for the black woman, for the independent woman, the only woman hollering that filth? Black woman, you're the only woman hollering that you don't need a man. You're the only one doing that. You're the only one hollering, "I'm a strong black woman and I'm my man and daddy." You don't see these other heathen nations doing it.
Right.
And this class right here proves that they will throw your black ass in jail if you think you're gonna have an influence on their women.
Damn right. Yeah.
You're not about to
And
influence
then-
their women to have
right.
the filth in their mind.
You know, then they say, "Oh, they you know, they wrong for that. They oppress their women." But at the same time, over here in the United States, black women lust after the same Arab men that
That's
they
oppressing
say
them
oppress their women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They lusting after them. They ain't had no shortage of any little store around here of black women to take to the back room.
Right.
They're not, you know, they're not in any shortage. They got their woman and her too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got, but then at the same time too, they can't stand for a black man to have another goddamn woman while they're sitting there. They know he's married. He got 5 wives.
Yeah, they play side chick.
You know what I'm saying?
To the white man
They
in a
know
second.
he's
And
married.
the heathen in a second. They don't mind being the side chick.
Right.
They happy with being side chick number 3 and 4 to a heathen, but refuse to be wife number 2 or 3 to a righteous black man.
Right.
What kind of filth is that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You cool with just being a dog. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's what it is. That's what it boils down to. They're cool with being a dog. Just like what you said.
It's a dog for a dog nation. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You cool with being a dog for a race that
Here's the
eats
thing, though.
dogs.
This is the real messed up thing. Not only are they cool with being a dog, but they want to be our queen.
Right.
You can be another racist dog,
We want to rule over us.
but want to be our queen.
Right.
We're supposed to accept that, right?
Yeah, we supposed to say, yeah, black woman God.
Right. That's like a nigga having a Labrador ruling over him. What the hell?
Right.
You supposed to let your pit rule you? You
Right.
supposed to put a crown on your pit.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man. Get real.
This is exactly what they want, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We gotta come back to these law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? Them black women over there, if them was righteous black women, they wouldn't be in that goddamn situation.
Right.
Point blank period. You know what I'm saying? They would have had righteous men telling them, "What the hell is you doing? Get your ass back over here and do this work for the Most High." You get what I'm saying? You over there in another heathen country trying to get your groove back like Stella on top of trying to get the 2-for-1 deal. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? It don't work like that. Them heathens ain't going. Them heathens are not going. Never have and never will. You know what I'm saying? Never have and never will. And black women, when you talking about all this, like black women, I'm only talking to blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians because I don't give a damn what the heathens do. You get what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about what the heathens doing. I'm talking to our women. We have to, man, look, we have to open our goddamn eyes out here, man. Point blank period. You get what I'm saying? We are destroyed out here. And when you see a strong black man, quit trying to oppress that black man. You should support that black man. You should be happy that you still see strong black men walking around with their chest poked out and their head up high.
Right.
That should give you a sense of righteousness, your goddamn
Yeah,
self.
they want you to defend them, but they don't want you to have no confidence to defend
Right.
them.
Right. Yeah, that
What
makes
type
no
of
sense.
goddamn sense does that make?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
And with that being said, we got the ISUPK coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana.
Yeah, right.
Pay your tithes. We got the Black Expo coming up. It's going to be July the 19th through the 22nd. Commander General Yohana will be here. Do what you can. You be here if you can. If you can make it, be here.
Yeah, right.
Right now, we're going to pass the class over to Officer and Priest Isupk.
We are the Isupk, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court, and after that 6-month period, a brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, and Malachi 3:8-10, means 10. Means 10 in the Hebrew Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you may choose. You know what I'm saying? All donations is welcome. And speaking of donations, like our officer was just saying, we got the Black Expo coming up, the 19th through the 22nd. For all you brothers in the UPK, man, and you brothers in the world, if you can't make it, donate. We got GoFundMe's all over Facebook. Go to the Captain Kaposh page in Afghanistan. Everything, man. You got other brothers with the GoFundMe pages on there. Help bring this nation together. You know what I'm saying? Help build this goddamn nation under Commander General Yohana, the Most High Christ. Understand? This is what we need to do, Israel. And it starts with this. It starts with little things like this. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. This is our nation. This is what we have to support. This is what has to be done.
Abanau, Shabbat Badat, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malaka, Taba'ah, Arzaka, Ayah, Asha, Baharatza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamai, Tandana, Kam, Yawam, Basalak now, Kabuaki now, Kazalak now, Mala'ah, Tabayai now, Banasai 1, Abal, Awashai now, Mayan, Rad, Ayah, Bakah, Abalakwa, Wala'ala, Watapar, Lawalayim, Aman. Our Father,
John in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. So. Marshbat, Amaju, Barak, Yazmatah, Marshbat, courtesy salute to the sisters, Marshbat, Amaju, Barak, Yazmatah, dismissed.
That's right. Good class, Adam.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, we actually have more strong funds.